the electric signs in the streets are actually digit signs that they actually change. However, there's a limit against those signs that they can only change the signs, mostly against the one that is yellow and black. The street sign's the one that shows green and white, or any other RGB street signs are a little limited to change. But that's not really the point. The point is, what's actually those signs electric, and how do they make the changing delay, or say missing person, or even saying a class? Well, we will know what exactly got through with that. They can get the crash and other traffic issues by watching the cameras. The cameras on the poles is a little hard to see, but those are the PTZ traffic cameras. They are pan-tilt zoom cameras that actually monitors the 360 degree of those cars, and that will be sent to the traffic manager building place with the person watching all the monitors and cameras. Well, there might be other people too, but this is gonna show on the screen for every camera there is on the freeway and streets. If there's a crash that has gone on, they will see that, and they will say crash if it shows on the camera. If it does not, the police will report that to the website of any of the websites. I'll tell you it later, and then they will get it from there, which then they will locate it and tell what street sign it is. It will mostly be a lot and border to the amount of distance of how long this is going to take. Now, however, if they were going to do missing person is a request that they will have to get a verification from, or they'll have to get someone to understand that. That's also going to be on the website. They can only make it yellow and black because that's the default text reading for street signs. Mostly it was either AI or automatic, but it's not. Depending on saying missing person, is a little more like a human request that will get through. It feels instant, but the moment that the car stops in the site updates, but only because the AI doesn't do that. It doesn't work solo. It's trained with an operator, but the traffic manager center reacts fast, only giving the suggestions, and the humans decide fully about the message. Places in Oregon, but there's more in the state. This is an example of Oregon. The Oregon's place is ODOT's Transportation Operations Center. A real building that's an employee makes $91,615 a year because it's $50.40 per 1 hour pay. The rate tax after taxes. But if they sit in front of the camera and feeds in sensor data and emergency reports, they can monitor everything with that, and they can make the decisions. It feels like a police car doing that Bluetooth connection, but it's bigger because they sent that to the website on them so they can see it, and then they actually will use that. So when the building can do is, since they have wires and pipes on the ground that connects to the sign, it's gonna be easier. And it can go up to 130 miles long for the sign's distance to change, even in freeways like this. The humans probably has a better chance of making decisions than AI. Also, if there's not enough cameras, the AI could make it wrong. So mistaking a lane before brake lights or ignoring crashes off camera is usually the human behind of the computer that makes the signs reliable. And the OP computers, well, mostly overpowered, they're wired into the state system, police alerts, and traffic data, which operators type of select warnings and push through the web. The camera placement height is 41 feet, sometimes 45. It's easier for them to see all 360 degrees of the cars, and mostly for a good distance of 7 miles, and before it will be too far away, and it helps with the camera tracking as well. It also helps with them to understand what's going on in the distance. and they're usually about 10 to 15 flips per second frame. It's low because it's not cinematic quality. It's enough to track flow, but it's not enough for Hollywood. The websites they use, and that's it: TripCheck.com, ODOT Traffic HQ Software, Police NBC Mobile Data Computers, and statewide 511 alert networks. But yes, every crash report sent to alert into camera feeds goes into this network, then the human steps in to find it and changes the sign. That's how the order works. So if you see the sign from 7 minutes, like Wilsonville, to 90 minutes, that's because the human saw traffic upcoming and they saw it was 90 minutes. And don't think the AI for this, it's the humans that's really doing all of this. The fiber lines of the cameras in control room, because that's the sign. It's not really smart, it's a human alike. So that's all in today's video. This is all about how street signs were able to be changed in any ways, and they always have a default in sayings, like saying missing person. As you know, they were controlled by a place. I guess the first of all, that's how security cameras and videos about car crashes come existence sometimes. Alright, that's all in today's video. I hope you like it and such. Alright, goodbye.